Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? It's Challenge Express. Choo choo. Yes, it's Tuesday. We're a few days late here, but better late than never. That's what somebody said, right? Somebody important said that.
They said nobody.
I am Tom, joined by Nicole as always. Hey, Nicole.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, this might be a quick recap, but we're just going to go over all the juicy details from episode 13. It's 13, right?
Yep.
Definitely wrote 14.
I remember, I wish that episode 13 was near Halloween, and then it was episode 12. So
look at that. Yep, you're right. How'd you like the episode in general?
Fine.
Yeah, it was good. I feel like all the episodes have been better since this whole 3-team twist, so that's good.
Yeah, for sure. I think the daily was pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a good idea. It was different.
Yeah.
I
liked it. I loved watching Big T donuts. That made me really happy.
And then Corey slap it out of her hand. Jeez, a little aggressive there.
When he did that, everybody was like laughing and it was cool, but that's the type of thing though that you catch somebody in a bad mood and that could turn into like a house fight. You know what I mean?
If she had a knife on her and she was in a bad mood, I would have fucking stabbed Corey. Like you just knocked food on the ground. Yes, it's bad food. I shouldn't be eating it in the morning, but it's food.
Yo, if somebody slaps food, I don't like.
Yo, and she picked it up and ate it for comedic relief, I assume.
That's why I like her.
Yeah, she was just like, put the stuffing in her mouth. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, episode was good. How do we start this analysis here?
I mean,
this whole season obviously has been culturally diverse with all of the people from different countries, Romania, Turkey, Sweden. We learned a little bit about Romania's pig sacrificing tradition. Bet you weren't too much of a fan of that one, but.
I just like learning about cultures. So
yeah, right.
I can set aside my own beliefs about murdering animals
and sitting on top of them after.
But like I get it. Like places are different. That was cool to hear about. I just liked hearing about I always say his name wrong. Yeah. It's not Emmanuel, it's Iman. I think it's Emmanuel.
Oh, I don't know now. Now you're making me think about it, yeah.
I know it's not Emmanuel, but anyway, we learned about how everybody thinks Amanda's toxic and sucks at
I mean, my belief with Amanda was that she was a mediocre competitor. Not that she sucks, like she was kind of getting the rap to this episode. It does help that her and Big T are the weakest girls in the house and like the rest of the girls are kind of strong, so then like they look really weak because you got Tori, Casey next to them, Ashley, so I could see them definitely being the weakest. But I mean Amanda fucked up this episode. She was going everywhere. I mean, she was all over the place.
It not cute.
And apparently she told Team Emerald that they were going to throw this challenge or something, that Amanda was going to help throw this challenge, which, I mean, it looked like she was helping throwing the challenge. It's like she was half trying, half not. Like some moments you could see she cared. And then most of them,
half.
Maybe not half, but
was like mocking everybody trying and not doing anything.
Yeah. So my opinion on that, why she was doing that, is maybe she was planning on throwing the mission for Team Emerald so that they would do what she wants or whatever. Or maybe Team Ruby was just like, sit there and do nothing. And she felt like that was disrespectful, even though they weren't trying to make that disrespectful. They were just like, this is the best for the team right now. Like sit there and just like organize the ropes.
There's no way that could have been the best. I don't know. I mean, maybe she was pissed at them, but like, I don't know. It's a competition.
And they almost won,
If they won, I don't know. It just, if she tried, they would have won. Yeah. And that has to be better for her game, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe not. I mean, it's a guy's day, so she is safe no matter what. And it's just so, it's like, selfish to do that to your guys on your team. I know we've seen it so many times in team challenges where guys are throwing girl missions so they could get girls out of their team, but you don't see it too often in this case. And because all the guys on Team Ruby were pretty good, so you don't want any of them to go home. But maybe Amanda's got other plans up her sleeve. I don't know.
Maybe it just didn't look like good. Like it didn't make me say like, oh yeah, I like Amanda.
Right.
What a great chat. Like it didn't.
Yeah. And it's like, are you trying to win this season, Amanda? Because it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, and maybe like you said, maybe she was, and that was like part of her strategy, but like it just didn't look good.
Yeah.
What else?
Logan and Josh, again with the cultural differences we're getting to see. Logan and Josh speaks Spanish, so he's able to speak Spanish to Logan. Obviously Logan feels more comfortable speaking Spanish from Spain. And you got to imagine these games are hard for these foreign players, a dominantly English game. So and I almost wanted the whole episode to be in Spanish. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was actually like really nice to hear a different language because, like you said, there are so many different languages spoken in that house, and I'm sure that there are different like languages being spoken, but it just doesn't get aired. So it was nice to see like a nice like genuine moment between the two of them. So that was really cool. I didn't realize how close Josh and Logan were, but that it was. I mean, okay.
Yeah, we learned this episode.
But the thing is with Josh, like whenever he talks about somebody, he's like, they're like my real friend. Like,
right. Yeah. Everyone is like his best friend.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah. When everyone's your best friend in a challenge house, no one's your best friend. That's what they say.
Yeah. Let's talk about the daily sunken intelligence.
Yeah.
Off the bat, I have one question. Were there 3 boats? Or was it the same boat and after somebody went, they tied the rope back up? And how do you know like that the knots were all identical? Like how much time does the production put into like making sure those knots are identical? And another question, if a team has 6 versus a team with 4, are there more knots for the team with 6 or is it the same?
I would imagine no, everything's the same. If you have less players on your team, that's your fault. You kept losing the dailies in the past, so you're obviously going to be at a disadvantage. I know,
that's such like a snowball kind of like, I don't know if that's right.
No, right. That's a good, it's a snowball effect where it's like, if you lose one and you're just going to keep losing if the daily challenges are like determined by how many people you have on your team, because 4 extra hands is astronomical in this type of daily challenge. Yeah. So you obviously, Team Emerald was the favorite going in. And they pulled out the victory, of course. But sunken intelligence. Yeah, I would say that there were 3 boats. And then like they tried to set them up identically. Because I feel like it would be harder to set them up identically if there was one boat, some team unraveled it, and then you got to go back in. Yeah, I would imagine for like time as well. Like, it did look like one boat.
The drone footage, you didn't really see I don't know. Anyway, those are just kind of like, I'm such a chemist at heart that I can't help but to think about like variables and
for sure.
Like that's my brain just works in an analytical way, and
that's part of the challenge. Unfortunately, you don't have like a large number of people working on these challenges. I'm assuming there's a select certain amount of people, and they do what they can do, and they do an amazing job, of course.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Emerald team goes in. So for Team Emerald, Devin is obviously the team strategist. They always look at him when like TJ explains the rules, and they're like, well, what do we do? So Devin, one side, he wants Josh and Emmanuel, the strongest swimmers, going out so they can go on opposite sides, finding the ends of these ropes and kind of, meet in the middle. Great idea. It seemed like it was more complicated than that. So
it made they made it look like they struggled maybe more than they did. I don't know.
I'm not sure how much they struggle. It did look like it took a lot of teams a long time. I think just these teams didn't expect it to be as difficult as it was because they couldn't see the ropes. They were underwater, so you did have to kind of go underwater and untie these ropes. It wasn't just like you can keep your head above water and look down and
Yeah,
untie them.
Like Ashley was yelling at Kyle. He's like, I need to breathe.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not a fish boy. What was he saying? Yeah, I mean, 12 hands is better than 10, and 12 hands is better than 8. So Team Emerald, had the advantage in this daily
Ruby
challenge.
had the least amount of people, and one of them wasn't participating.
Yeah, and they almost won, probably within minutes.
Like, I just don't even it's so stupid, whatever.
Yeah. I have a funniest moment of the episode alert. Oh, it was after oh no, it was before, and they had their Team Sapphire team interview or whatever, and Ashley's like, as much as I like to hate Kyle, we love him on this team, and I have a feeling if we lose, then he's probably going to be thrown in. And then Kyle's just like, wait, what?
Yeah. I remember that.
I found that very funny. Kyle's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, Team Sapphire goes, it's pretty miserable for their team. Ashley's yelling at Kyle the whole time. Emmy doesn't know what she's doing, and CT seems to be doing the most of the work. Maybe Ashley as well with them. The two champs in the house doing the most work.
For sure.
Team Ruby, obviously we talked about that. Amanda felt disrespected, or maybe was throwing the challenge and decided to, at times just make a mockery of the team and the challenge.
She can go home.
Yeah, it's like I wanted her to be in the final, but now it's like it doesn't seem like she wants to really be in the final. So,
which takes us to the club where we see that.
Yeah, that was messy. I mean, obviously, Nelson is one-dimensional in a lot of ways. Tries to have this team meeting and talk things out, and it's just not going to work. It was written on the wall, like it wasn't going to work, but they decided to try anyway, and it blew up. Of course, not much really.
I mean,
going on there.
You have somebody like Nelson and Corey who they just want to win so bad.
Yeah.
And then you see something like that, of course it's gonna rub them the wrong way.
And I listened to the Death, Taxes, and Bananas podcast. It's really good. He recaps the episodes. Had Corey on for this episode, and Corey was just like, Nelson lives and breathes the challenge. When he's not on the show, he's training for the challenge. So that makes sense from the way he acts, and the game is the only thing that matters to him. Winning, even though he hasn't won a daily challenge since Vendettas or Final Reckoning or something, which is a long streak. Yeah, it's a long streak of losing daily challenges.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nelson, and you said funniest moment of the episode alert, but I think
oh god, no, you picked up on the Nelsonism.
Of course I did. Because one, I get it. I suck at sayings. I fucking get it. When he said, I'll take the range on this, I was just like,
oh, and then he said,
oh, there was something else.
And then he said, this was just my dirty mind. He was like, I came strongly across Amanda and Big T. And I'm just like, come on. Come on. Nelson, it was back to back. He said I'll take the range on this, and he's like, I know I came strongly across Amanda. I'm just like, oh my, how is anyone not laughing in that room right now?
I was dying. I love
it. Yeah. Also at the club, Josh tells Corey that if his name gets brought up, he'll shut it down. But then Josh is the one who brought his name up in the Emerald team meeting. So not a good look there. That's the biggest liar alert of the episode.
But I mean, it's clear Corey knew he was at the bottom of the list for Josh. Josh just was trying to be nice and not say it.
Yeah.
But
that's what happens when you're friends with everybody,
Yeah, which is good for Josh.
Yeah, I mean, and Corey was talking about it with Bananas. He was like, yo, it was unbelievable. Devin and Josh were running the game. In what world would Devin and Josh be running a challenge season?
Oh my gosh, and they used to hate each other too, and they're just
that too.
Mediocre.
Yeah, I know. They're bottom. They're the layups coming into they're like the layups, So
good for them though. I mean,
to figure out how to take complete control of the game when there's these players like Kells, Fessy, CT, all these powerhouses in the game.
Damn.
And they had a stranglehold on it from basically the get-go, so good for them. First deliberation where the agency actually, it seemed like, had a tough time voting. All on the same page, maybe. Josh saves Logan somehow, and he doesn't get
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I was shocked, but they knew whoever went in was gonna pick Logan anyway.
So why not pick Logan at that point?
I don't know.
Yeah, Corey had it rough this season, but
I
is that any different from?
I kind of feel bad, but like he does isolate himself a little bit. So
yeah, it's not like he, and then like I think he took this whole episode like really personally, I guess. Just like he kept attacking people, saying, I'm gonna come for you if you throw me in. I'm gonna throw challenges on your team when I come back. Like he was very frustrated, and you could tell like he wasn't keeping that emotion close to his chest. He was exposing himself in that sense because he was so mad because like he was like, why am I the target? Like there's still a rookie in the house.
But the answer is Logan's playing a political game and you're not.
Yeah.
Like a rookie is playing a better political game than you.
Yeah. Corey thought he, had his alliances set up, but he didn't have, he had like friendships with everybody, but not like really good friendships.
Nelson is not enough. Corey leans on Nelson, which I know they're good friends, but you can't just lean on one person. And then Corey was friends with some of the weak rookies.
Yeah, because also in the Bananas podcast, Corey said that his initial room was with all rookies. And I don't know if you know this, but like choosing your roommates, they say, is like probably the most important thing outside of the game.
Which could have been a good move if he was able to recruit all of them and they lasted.
Or if like all the rookies kind of, because he goes into the house, sees the rookies outnumber the veterans. He probably gets in a rookie room, assuming these rookies are going to get together, but it was just disaster for the rookies this season. Except Logan, Emmanuel, Emmy. That's it.
And I can't believe Emmanuel is the only one who hasn't gone into an elimination. He's been skating by.
Mm-hmm. He's got his Tori.
I wouldn't say he's skating by. I mean, he's performing and he's winning.
Yeah, and he's politically,
politicking.
Politicking. And he's got friendships in the house with his team Emerald. It's almost like he's a vet and like he's one of them. So yeah, he did a good job at blending in there. I mean, we get to the elimination. Corey calls out Logan. I think that was probably the best decision.
I would definitely say that was the best decision, yeah.
Not knowing what the elimination is, of course, and Logan's background of being a surfer.
And being hurt. Yeah. Like, he was a rookie and he was kind of hurt. So, like, it was the easiest choice.
Yeah.
But, he's a surfer? That's, like, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Logan's a surfer. Yeah. Elimination was called the rope.
Oh my gosh. Can somebody please like send me a picture of Logan surfing?
Is he God? That's like that would be like the most majestic photo of all time.
I'm just like imagining that. I'm like
that's like a commercial right there, like rope burn, two giant we've seen iterations of this elimination, of course. Two giant cages 50 feet apart with a rope in between. The rope wasn't there, so that's probably something unfortunate for Corey. He couldn't see what the elimination was. There was no rope there. He just saw two balls, so he thinks maybe they're getting in the balls and smashing each other, and he can overpower Logan in that sense. But
even if there was a rope, though, I think he still should have chosen like Logan was.
I think he still would have. Yeah. Maybe Kyle would have been the best, but I think he still would have chosen Logan.
I don't know. I think Kyle would have beaten Corey.
Maybe, I don't know. That would have been a really good matchup, but I know Kyle excels in like these these combat daily
Nelson
challenges.
Probably would not have been that great at this.
No, he's too light I think
And also I feel like he doesn't like think about like strategy too much.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. Yeah, the goal is to begin, each player starts on top of the cage holding the rope. Goal is to snatch the rope out of your opponent's hand or make them fall off. Best 2 out of 3. Oh yeah, and the ropes are on fire.
yeah, but they go out immediately.
Especially the purpose of the elimination is to like wave it back and forth. So
yeah. So you could tell that they went out pretty quick and they had to keep relighting them.
Yeah. So little unsaid rules for this elimination. They weren't allowed to pull the rope.
Oh.
So only swing it.
Okay, because I didn't see anybody just like, huh.
Yeah, and they were getting yelled at a lot because like natural instinct, I'm imagining, is to pull the fucking rope.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate because I feel like just let them pull the rope.
Interesting.
So round 1, apparently they were up there for like 30 or so minutes. I mean, you could have.
That's really hard to determine if somebody's pulling or not, because even if you're like going like this, you could be kind of like pulling.
Yeah,
like,
very strange rule, and I'm not surprised that they didn't add it in the episode because it just would have made things more complicated. Yeah, so yeah, round 1 apparently lasted like 30 minutes or so of them just freaking whipping it back and forth. I mean, if you can't pull it off, I mean, it's just
30 minutes?
It's just a game of balance at that point, right?
Or just getting tired.
Balance, getting tired, and mind games. Pulling. We see in round 2 when Corey's resting his arms. Obviously, that's the time to whip it, and that's what Logan did. I mean, yeah, Logan kind of makes quick work of Corey. Corey does have 1 ACL, so that does mess with your balance, I've heard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was probably like tweaking,
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't a good elimination for Corey. But Corey does work with ropes a lot in the house. I think that was said in the episode as well. So I think Amanda was like, "Don't you work with ropes every day? How's Logan, wiping the floor with you?" But it's more about ropes. You're standing on a sphere and you can't pull the rope. It's just so weird. And then the game was about balance, mind games, and tiring your opponent out. We heard Corey say that he wanted to let Logan tire himself out, but didn't really execute on that plan in the best way, I guess.
I think Logan just was built for this.
Yeah.
With like all of the different sports he plays. Yeah. Corey's arms were bigger, but if nobody was pulling, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because all Logan had to do was hang on, like left and right, up and down.
Sometimes more muscles isn't always good for these, like, not endurance, but like lasting long. I don't know, is that endurance maybe?
Yeah.
But
finesse matters a little bit more, and like, balance.
Yeah. I can't. Oh. How awful does Corey probably feel?
Oh man, that was a rough season for him. He was on the outs. Like it was nice for the first half of the game when all the rookies were going in, no matter what. It wasn't even a question. But once, the rookies were dwindling down, Corey was obviously on the outs, and being on the outs with the cameras on you 24/7, and you're in this house with all these people, plotting to throw you in. He's got kids at home, like people are throwing challenges on his team. He must have been going through the ringer mentally. And he even said, like, after round 1, he was beat, like he was defeated, and you could see it on his face, and you could see it throughout this whole season. Like, he was just mad. He was just like very emotional, and it's usually
almost like he knew he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, and so usually the other way around with him and Nelson's emotional, and Corey is reeling him back, but it was almost like the opposite here.
Yeah. What do you think about like Logan lying and going to Sapphire?
I agree. I think he was telling the truth. He was like, yeah, that was my plan, but Corey called out me. We were both on the same team. So now going back to Ruby is just stupid.
Yeah.
So I think he chose correctly. I don't know if he didn't go to Emerald because he said he wouldn't go to Emerald, but I think still going to Sapphire might be the best bet.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Corey gets a little emotional talking about Nelson, of course. Like I said before, Nelson lives, breathes, and shits this show. So
what's your prediction? What's your prediction for who's gonna get voted in next? Like,
so it's a female, right?
Yeah, and I guess like what? Like, are we gonna assume Emerald wins again because they have more players? So
you got to assume Amanda or Big T are going to be in elimination because they will be called out. Unless Team Ruby wins, they will be called out by another female in the arena. So you got to assume one of them's going in.
Or both.
Or both.
I mean, if Big T goes in, who do you think she would pick? Probably Amanda.
Probably Amanda, and vice versa. And if anybody other than Amanda or Big T goes in, they would probably pick Big T because I feel like Casey, Tori, Ashley have a good relationship with Amanda.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think Big T's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And now Team Ruby, Team Ruby is Kyle Nelson, who just got into it verbally. Big T and Amanda.
Fucking awful.
This sucks. Spies, Lies, and Allies. Biggest spy of the episode. Maybe Amanda. I don't know. She was like throwing a challenge, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like Josh was kind of like in every conversation too.
Yeah, I was gonna give the Josh to lie, but
yeah,
he could get both because he definitely lied to Corey in the club.
Yeah. And then the strongest alliance, I mean,
is it Logan? Is it Devin and Josh? Is it Josh in general?
Yeah, like I feel like Josh is the biggest ally right now. Like he's sitting fucking pretty.
Yeah, Corey was saying how Josh had Ashley under his wing, which had Amanda. And then Josh had Logan under his wing, and then Josh had Casey under his wing, who had Nani. So it's just like everything leads back to Josh. Down.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So good for him. Now he's just gotta finish the drill in a final, which I don't see happening personally, but that would be the cherry on top of his season for sure. Yeah, but that wraps it up. Thanks for tuning in. Please comment down below. Let us know how you felt about the episode, about this 3-team format, about what we're saying. Like and subscribe, of course. But until episode 14, we're out. Peace.